There we go. Everyone should be able to hear me now. I don't know why it basically disabled my microphone, even though it said the microphone was enabled, but everything's working now. So fine Thursday to y'all. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's having a lovely Thursday. Xavier, how is it going, buddy? Good evening. You got the sound out. That's good. I'm glad it actually worked. Yeah, it's been a day of technical issues between the Xbox Drive video episode, where, as you guys probably noticed, went up a little bit later than I anticipated, because it went up this morning because I wanted to throw Adobe Premiere out the window to all kinds of stuff before I started tonight. So it's been a good day as far as technology-wise is concerned. But you know what? We're going to get through Resident Evil 2. It's going to be awesome. We're picking up where we started last week, where we left off in the sewers. And we're going to finish the game tonight because, as you notice, we're 2 hours and 12 minutes into the game, and we can probably finish it in about an hour and a half from where we are now. So that is the plan for this evening. If we run into technical issues as far as the stream kind of buffering tonight, my plan is to maybe switch it to 720p and see if it runs smoother. But for now, we're going to stick with everything the way it is. And then if y'all notice any issues, just feel free to holler in chat. I'm going to keep an eye on things too. But obviously, if you see or hear any weirdness, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I hope, again, everyone's having an awesome night, despite all kinds of craziness going on. Had a good day working, watched Ready Player One. Love that they had a Firefly reference. Well, I haven't actually seen Ready Player One. Mainly because I don't like stuff that's like overly referential. That's kind of just the way I am with a lot of pulp culture stuff. So I haven't really watched Ready Player One at all, the movie. I should definitely watch it at some point, but I haven't actually ever sat down and watched it before. Did you at least enjoy the movie? Did you have fun watching it? Also, we're running over to the tram station now because there are some things we needed to pick up here. I thought there was a red herb here, but I must have been mistaken. No, it's not on the map. Oh, there it is over there. So we're going to grab this red herb. So, as we were playing last time, we are playing a no item box run, which means that we are going to be very, very constrained for supplies. As you'll notice right now, I have no ammo for any guns that are not the submachine gun or the grenade launcher. So this is going to be interesting. So, 2... Oh, we screwed it up. 2, 12, 8 is the combination to the safe, because someone handedly wrote it on the side of the safe. Yeah, just for nostalgic reasons, worth a watch. Okay. Yeah, I should watch it at some point. It's just, yeah, it's just, that's part of the reason why I didn't watch it, because I was like, oh, I love that it points at nostalgic stuff, but at the same time, I'm not, again, I don't love watching stuff that's like, hey, you remember this? And then did you remember this? And did you remember this? Like, that's usually not something that, like, that's actually almost a turnoff for me if there's something like that. Oh my god, I'm shooting over these zombies' heads. We got 7 bullets left. Okay. What do we got for supplies? Let's use this grenade. There. So we would normally optimally go down that way first, but we don't have enough supplies to go do that run yet. So we're going to actually go this way and actually get some supplies in this area. Because there's actually a lot of areas, kind of like a lot of supplies in the sewer area here that we can use. And look, we got another grenade to kind of make up for the one that we just used. And we're going to head this way first. Again, the sewers is like my least favorite area in this entire game. It's just a weird, confusing maze of like chests and a whole bunch of weird stuff down here in the sewers. A lot of very annoying enemies that will poison you, and their poison, if you don't have a blue herb on you, it just kind of, you're pretty much just dead right there. You just die a very slow death, unfortunately. But for the most part, we're just gonna run around here. Let's see what we do. We'll actually go to this area first because we're gonna actually grab a key. That'll kind of bring us to this maintenance room where we can get more supplies. There's also like one of the rook pieces, like one of the chest pieces that we need, so we should grab that while we're going that way anyways. And then we can kind of do this area kind of when we're looping back. Okay, so let's grab this key to the storage room. And this will also give us the ability to go back to the police station if we want to go back to the police station. Which is nice, too, because, again, there's a lot of supplies in the police station that we didn't pick up earlier. So we got to go this way. We're going to try and avoid this enemy that's going to pop out. Ooh. Oh, it's just gunpowder. I don't have gunpowder to mix with it. We're going to kind of let this guy grab us. Because we're going to stab him and kind of just run by him. Or not. That plan didn't work out so well. Flash grenade. Again, we're just trying to... we don't have enough bullets to really take this guy down, so we can't really fight him right now. Okay, so let's do this. And unfortunately, too, because... we're not using the item box. I can't actually store some of like the keys and stuff that I haven't used yet, and it doesn't let me throw them away either. So we are kind of just stuck with what we've got. Luckily, though, we've got a lot of high-grade pistol rounds, which will definitely be handy. So let's see, what do we got here? So that's a film roll. We don't need that. We do, however, need this hip pouch so we can carry more stuff. That's going to be helpful. And then we're going to want to not run directly into that enemy, even though we did. So we're going to use this red herb concoction that we made earlier. Stay still. There we go. So we'll use the treatment facility key that we got earlier to get in this room. Again, this room contains supplies that we don't necessarily need, but I'm grabbing them anyways, just so that I can basically throw the key away. And again, I'm going for headshots on these zombies to conserve bullets. Oh, one more. Perfect. And then this guy's crawling. He can't really walk. So we're going to do this. We're going to take the electronic part, and now he's just stuck on this bridge. And he can just stay there forever for all I care. So we'll use the treatment facility key again. And then this should allow us to discard it. To save space. We'll keep this gunpowder since we'll be picking up more along the way. Finally, we got some handgun bullets, some normal ones. We're going to pick up this pamphlet because we'll grab that on the way back. And now we can use this to get back to the police station. There's like one or two things we're going to grab from the police station before we move on. Cool. So we got more heavy bullets. And we're going to just go ahead and reload our normal bullets. And then this will actually allow us to basically slip back into the garage. We're going to change this badge from a dongle to an actual badge, which will allow us to open this. So this will actually give us the suppressor for the submachine gun. And what this will do is not only does it make our shots quieter, but it also will make the gun a little bit more stable when we fire it, so we're not kind of just spraying all over the place. So I think we've got enough supplies, but let's go back to the police station anyways. Luckily, too, since Mr. X is out of the way, we can actually freely explore the police station now to our heart's content if we want to. And we don't have to worry about him kind of just coming around to kill us. So I'm just going to go ahead and combine this now. Combine these together. And then I'm going to do a safety save. Yo, what is up, Onyx? I hope you are having a lovely Thursday evening. We are here finishing up Resident Evil 2 from last week. We're basically, we've made it to the sewers, and we are basically, you know, running around the police station kind of gathering supplies at this point. Because we are playing a no item box run of the game, which has made us very low on supplies. Okay, so we can go to the east office. There should be some supplies in there. And I know there's some pistol bullets in this room, so let's go ahead and grab them. Let's see, what else do we need? So we got, I think we're pretty good on herbs right now. So I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way to get those. Honestly, I think we probably have everything we need now. So we're going to go back around. She's far enough away, we can just walk around her. I was the one who Game of the Year was PSO2 North America and was trying to get it on the show, but I had problems on my end. Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, because we talked about it on Twitter a little bit because I saw you tweeting me, and yeah, it was just one of those things where I played PSO a lot last year, but I didn't really dive like enough into it to really put it on my list. But I know it's a very good game. And it's one of those things where, like, I'm really excited for New Genesis because I think that it's going to reinvent the gameplay in such a way where I'm going to be really, really excited to revisit it, I think. And I'm excited to see kind of what new content's there as well and, like, any other changes they might make to it. So I'm actually really excited to revisit the game once New Genesis comes out. But yeah, man, that's awesome that to hear that you kind of fell in love with it last year. Did you used to play like Phantasy Star Online back was on like GameCube or original Xbox or Dreamcast? Also, I'm just marking that as the Rook plug. Dreamcast. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you either, when you always meet other Phantasy Star players, you always have, like, two schools of players. Either players that play them on GameCube and Xbox or Dreamcast players. Because I actually didn't play the game for the first time until Xbox. So that was kind of my introduction to it. And then I also had the GameCube version as well, but it was one of those things where obviously I wasn't using my GameCube too much for online stuff at the time, so I didn't actually get into it as much as I did on Xbox. But yeah, Dreamcast was a console too that I didn't really have until like much later in life. Like I have one now, and I've loved revisiting games on Dreamcast, but I haven't actually. I didn't have one while I was in high school or anything like that. Like when it came out, I didn't really get one really until like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. But I love the Dreamcast. I think that console's awesome. Now that I've had a chance to actually play it more. Actually, we shouldn't be going here yet, because I forgot I need to drop something off at the base. It was a great system just ahead of the time. Absolutely. Like the Dreamcast itself, like if it would have waited a year and then they could have put a little bit more into developing the hardware a little bit and releasing it alongside like the other consoles, I would have loved to see like what would have happened with the Dreamcast if it was as powerful as the like the Xbox, for example, because it had a great selection of games on it. But yeah, I really like the Dreamcast now, like going back and going back and playing those games, because it's just a shame that just so many people missed out on them, I think. And plus, just having online play back then, like built into the console without having to buy like a very expensive add-on for your console, whether you're the PS2 or the GameCube, was just, again, like light years ahead of its time. Really until Xbox came out with the Ethernet port on the back of it, and support of Xbox Live. So we're just going to go ahead and just return the Rook here now. Just save ourselves a little bit of time afterwards and a little bit of item space. All right, so now we should have enough ammo to go do this area over here with the big scary like weird eyeball monsters. We don't really have anything though if we get grabbed though, so I think we might be a little weak to grabs. We're gonna have to keep our distance, I think. We're gonna grab our grenade launcher because I think we're gonna need also. We should equip the high-powered bullets for this area. Because we're going to have to kill at least 2 of these things. One down. And we're going to have to... We're going to have to kill this one whether we kill him now or on our way back. So we should probably grab him now. There we go. Now we should be able to just run by here. Ooh, there's another one. So now we're pretty much out of these fancy bullets. I like the fact that your PSO2 character will work on New Genesis. Yeah, I think that's going to be really awesome, I think. So then that way you're not going to have to basically start over when it comes out. But we had something similar, too, with when Final Fantasy did A Realm Reborn as well. So, and I'm just comparing those two together because that's probably the closest comparison we maybe have between like other games, because again, this is kind of very new. Like we don't see this with online, like persistent online games that often. So this area can be kind of annoying. We basically have to use the king key and the queen key to kind of open all these doors in a very annoying fashion. So we're going to use the queen key here, but this will allow us to just bring them with us so we can get out of this area. So I'm going to just shoot this guy now. We're going to have to kill him to get through this area, I think. There we go. All right, so we'll grab the king key. We'll examine it just so that it marks it in our inventory. And we're going to go ahead and grab this little fancy weapon here. We're going to grab probably the least useful of the weapons that we're going to get in this game, the Spark Shot. It's not really that great, but it will come in handy a little bit later in the run. So now let's Grab the king key. Guess we're gonna need to open this door, which I think is actually the queen key, actually. Which means we need to make room in our inventory, and we're just gonna discard this. Man, I wish it could let me throw away the diamond key. I'm not going back to the police station. But it's just going to make me hold on to it probably till the end of the game, unfortunately. And then we can go through the front here. There we go. So now we have all of the pieces to get through the main area to go save Sherry. And now we've got to make it through. All we got to do to get to Sherry is get through this area, which we've killed 3 of the big things now. So I think there might only be 1 more we have to worry about. So I'm going to grab the grenade launcher just in case. I'm even going to equip our last bullet here. I'm going to grab this. Bam. Alright, that should be the last one. I'm going to grab this herb for safety. We're all out of high-powered bullets, but we aren't going to need them, I don't think. And we can get out of the godforsaken sewers. I hate the sewers. This is like my least favorite area in this entire game. Also, that guy just came out of nowhere. He's just like, let me just eat a piece of your back. Now, real talk. Actually, we're doing for time. 2:33. Yeah, we're not going to go back. Console Kato says, if you're hanging out, make sure you like the stream. Thank you so much, Kato. By the way, Console Kato celebrating 25K subscribers on YouTube. What? Is this real life? Like, is this real life we're living? That I'm so happy for Kato getting so many YouTube subscribers. Of course, if you don't know Console Kato, youtube.com/Console Kato. Go subscribe there. Check out our channel. She's got Animal Crossing stuff. She's got all kinds of stuff there. And you should definitely check it out. So we're going to put the queen plug there. We're going to grab the king plug and put him in. I don't think it's real. Well, I mean, yeah, like, I can imagine that would be very surprising. Just kind of coming out of nowhere like that. So we're going to put the knight here. And then the bishop, I think, goes here. Oh, you're very welcome, Kato.
This is not my forte.
Oh, I have the rook and bishop backwards, I think. All right, and there we go. Now we can go save Sherry. But again, I'm going to go make a safety save because I don't want to have to do all this over again. All right, how we're looking for supplies. We've got 1.5 herbs, which should be enough because there are actually some more herbs down here. As far as bullets are concerned, I think we've got enough to take down this boss because we are about to go fight our next boss, being G Volume 2. Don't need blue herbs because we don't have to worry about poison anymore. I'll grab this green herb. Again, just people just leaving like herbs around here in the sewers by like the trash. It's very, very odd. So now I'm going to grab this red herb and combine it. Is Sean not here? I wanted to rub in his face that people were talking about how nice I am on Twitter. I mean, to be fair, Kato, you are very nice, you know? I can see why people would talk about how nice you are on Twitter, but he is unfortunately not here. I don't know where he is. I'm guessing he's prepping for his stream that's happening after mine tonight. He'll be on probably at like his usual time, like 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, here we go. Our next boss. But no, Sean's not here right now, even though so you can't rub anything in his face yet. So now we basically just got to run it around in a circle and hope not to get stabbed. There's not really like any rhyme or reason or be able to predict where the hand comes down. So we kind of just have to run around in a circle and hope we don't get hit by it. It's a good strategy. And I'm not healing Claire because she actually runs faster when she's hurt, which actually helps us here. I guess I'll have to do it on his stream, I guess. Yeah, I think he was telling me he was playing tonight, but you never know. He may change his mind. But he said he was playing, possibly playing KOTOR tonight, so you never know. We might be doing that a little bit later. So we're actually just run past G. We don't really need to deal with him right this second. We're going to grab our grenade launcher because we're going to need it. Again, he's just right behind us. This boss fight is very silly and very over the top here. So this whole boss fight actually just revolves around this big crane, essentially. We can't actually use the knife. Okay, so let's see.
Have I got a surprise for you?
So I know, wait for this to come around because he's going to get back up before it gets here. And we died. Well, at least I went out swinging. Just knocked off the platform. All right, we're going to do that again. I have to stun him a little bit slower this time. So let him come this way. Come on.
Have I got a surprise for you?
We're gonna now get out of the way of this thing. Ba-bam! So he is knocked down, but he is not dead yet. He's like totally charred by my grenade launcher, which I love the effect of that. We're gonna let him kind of just, just swing around there. Alright, we're gonna have to lead him away a little bit. We're still in caution, which is nice. We're gonna use our submachine gun. There we go. So now we should have him knocked down enough to kill him.
All right, time for an encore.
Now we just gotta stand here and just wait and be like, do 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 do, as it swings this little pendulum over and knocks him off. And there we go. That was that very exciting boss fight, folks. The good news is I'm very, very happy that despite all my technical stuff going on with all kinds of shows this evening, the stream itself at least looks like it's running correctly at least, which is good. Ooh, we don't have enough inventory space for that survival knife, so we are going to have to leave it, unfortunately. And now we're going to go probably to one of my favorite areas in the game, the underground laboratory. I'm excited to go here. We got to get Sherry back first, though.
Oh no. Sherry? Claire? Sherry, are you all right?
There's a big thing in her eye.
What are you doing? I'm here to help.
Sherry's been implanted. She can't be saved.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're her mother. Get in here.
You don't understand. William is still out there, and if I don't stop him...
This conversation is over.
Wait! Wait! I can treat her. In my lab. It's not far away.
Mommy?
There's not enough time. Millions of lives are at stake. Sherry, Mommy loves you, sweetie. Goodbye.
Aw.
Are you fucking kidding me? Sherry, don't worry. I will get you whatever you need, okay?
Why are you doing this?
Because I care.
Thank you, Claire.
And off we go. We're gonna carry Sherry all the way back to the tram station where we started out there,
That's said her lab's
and then we're off to the final area of Resident Evil 2. We're making good time too. Again, we're like half an hour into the stream, and we're like halfway done the section we needed to actually finish. Although the underground laboratory is actually a little bit longer than the sewers, so we're gonna have a little bit more time spent there, I think.
almost there, Sherry. We're almost there. Good. Cable car.
Did you see that they're bringing back potatoes to Taco Bell? Were potatoes never at Taco Bell? Because we've had potatoes at Taco Bell here in Canada for a while. I mean, in the form of French fries, but potatoes have always been there. Did potatoes go somewhere from Taco Bell? I didn't know this was a thing. But again, like, Taco Bell in Canada is very different from Taco Bell in the States. So even if you guys get Taco Bell, potatoes back, we're not going to get them back. I'm sure it's in my honor. Maybe they wanted to celebrate the legacy of the Kato potato by bringing back potatoes to Taco Bell. Or maybe did Taco Bell in the States like have like baked potatoes? Was that ever a thing? I don't know. That's a good question. And now Sherry gets to wear the very cheesy biker jacket from the original game.
Are you okay?
Your jacket's so warm.
They got rid of them when the pandemic hit, just to make sure that drive-thrus were more seamless. They have a ton of potato items. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Again, I haven't been to Taco Bell since the pandemic actually started, because there's a Taco Bell in the basement of my building because I live above a mall, and I haven't actually been down there to Taco Bell ever since this whole thing started. So I didn't even know they got rid of them. But that's good to know that they're finally back.
I don't want it.
Really?
I didn't know though that they were like so big on potato items, because here in Canada they're less on nachos and more on fries here, and which I know is a bit different from American Taco Bell.
All I really wanted was for her to be home more.
I know it seems like your mom doesn't care, but hey,
I would eat Taco Bell every day if I lived on one. Well, that was part of the problem, Kato, is that actually when I was going to work and stuff every day, I would actually eat Taco Bell a lot. So I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad that I wasn't able to go, because it kind of stopped me from like gaining like 200 pounds during the pandemic. But yeah, I used to go all the time to Taco Bell, which is why it's weird. It's so weird that I haven't been there in a year, because again, just I don't go downstairs to the mall, and to be honest, most of that stuff's actually closed now. It's closed down because of the pandemic, so I couldn't even go there even if I wanted to. But I mean, it's also just like, I haven't even been to McDonald's since the pandemic started either, so it's been like over a year since I went to McDonald's, or like pretty much any fast food place is kind of in the same way. So especially here in like Toronto, like downtown, like I don't have a car or anything like that, so it's not like I'm going through the drive-thru or anything like that. I'd have to go physically into the restaurant to get this stuff, which I kind of don't want to do right now.
Enjoy your visit.
Okay. Here you go. All right. Now what? There's got to be something here.
We're gonna read someone's email that they just left open.
Antiviral agent. That's it. That's got to be it. Hey. Hey, Sherry. I gotta go. You stay right here, though, okay? I'll be back soon. I promise.
I have to go pretend to sleep for a few minutes while the kiddo goes to bed. We'll be back. Peace out, kiddo. Have a fun time pretending to sleep, and we will see you when you come back. And again, I still can't discard this stuff, even though I can't use it anymore. So we're just gonna have to deal with it, because we do need this item. I'm gonna grab more grenade rounds, or not. Run out of stuff that we can drop, but I guess it's okay. And here we go. We're now in the creepy underground laboratory. I love the music in this place. Again, I have the soundtrack turned on for the original Resident Evil 2 rather than using like the modern redone version of the soundtrack, just because I actually have like more nostalgia for this one. But I love the music in the underground laboratory. It's my favorite music in the game. It's very like creepy and atmospheric, but I love like a lot of the little like melody tunes that come in. It's really good. It's gunpowder. We can't use that. We don't need this knife. And again, this is where like item management is really going to come into play, because we don't have enough room in our inventory for stuff, and we can't use the item box. So we can combine this with the spark shot, give it a little fancy upgrade. Man, we really want these fire rounds, but we can't pick them up. Maybe what we do is we drop these 2 acid rounds, because the fire rounds are actually more useful to us than the acid rounds. I'm gonna throw a grenade in this guy's mouth so we can free up some space. Just blow his head off.
Dr. Lee, your presence is urgently requested
We can go look at some nap time logs,
by Chief Cartwright in the East
which
Wing.
basically just tells us that guy's name. So now we're just going to make a safety save because we haven't saved in a while. Oh, and I forgot I was going to grab the fire rounds that are here. Yay, only 2 of them. We're going to fight a whole bunch of enemies coming up that actually really require us to have those, so I'm kind of stocking up while I can. Alright, so we can go to this section first. And this area is where we're going to do most of the stuff. The other area is kind of where we're going to go to, like, the final encounter, essentially. Yo, what is up, Joey Splats? Fine Thursday to you, good sir. I hope you are having a lovely evening, even though I'm sure it's actually very late where you are. Like, very late night streaming for you. You're up late watching the stream with us. But welcome anyways. I hope you're having a lovely evening, good sir. Hashtag Friday hype. That's what I'm all about. Although Friday, for me personally, is like the beginning of my week, essentially, because today is actually my Sunday, because I like have Wednesdays and Thursdays off at my job. So essentially, today is like the end of my work week, but Friday is kind of the end of your week, which is awesome. So now we got these plant dudes, which are very annoying. They basically require flame rounds or the spark shot to basically kill them. I was just finishing up Ori and started playing Animal Crossing, and time got away from me. 2 a.m. now. Jesus, that's really late. But that's a lot of Animal Crossing. Some would say maybe too much Animal Crossing. I mean, I don't know if I would be the person to say that, but some might say that. Okay, so this area is going to be a bit tricky. Because we got more of these plant guys, and we have 2 grenades to kill. I'm going to really quickly do this. Whenever I come to this area, I always take a picture, because it's very annoying to kind of remember all of the these very obtuse line puzzles. And we're going to run back. And, oh no, that's bad. Okay, so that line, those lines. Luckily, some isn't here. Good point. And actually, Kato would probably give me crap for that too, but she actually just ran off. But and I mean, I know people love Animal Crossing, and I understand why it's a great game. I just never really could get into it. Like I tried with Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. But I'm glad you're actually enjoying it though, and I'm glad you enjoyed Ori, because I saw you tweeting about it a lot, and I know that at least warmed Sean's heart. And mine too, because I'm actually excited to see more people loving that game as well. Also, we may be playing Call of Duty this weekend, because I saw you tweeting about the fact that we both have it installed. So we're gonna the plan is to try and play some this weekend. Hopefully, as part of like the Gaming for Guru stream this weekend. New zombie map. Let's do this. I'm very excited for that. We got lots of good choices, I think, for this weekend. We got that. We got Scott Pilgrim. We got a lot of good games to look forward to, I think, this weekend. Also, I'm just not shooting corpses for the hell of it. All these zombies are going to come to life, as well as 2 lickers, which is why I'm preemptively kind of taking them out now. I don't want to deal with them and the lickers at the same time. Head go boom. Okay, so we are going to need this item, because this will actually give us the other code that we need for the other room. Also, I know that there's 2 lickers that come down, so I'm actually kind of surprised that they, like, I can spend all this time shooting these zombies and they just never bother to come down and say hello. Because they're, like, so attracted to noise that it just surprises me that they just remain just out of sight. Just to spook me, I guess. Okay, so let's walk up here. And I'm going to be very, very quiet. Just throw a flash grenade in his mouth. They hate flash grenades. Alright. That should be enough for the liquors. And we're hurt. We can't afford the item space for this, so we're just going to use this herb right away. I'm a little lost as to what to play now that I've finished Ori. Yeah, I mean, you did plow through those really quickly, so... yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really tough to come up with stuff next. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of new games, but, I mean, there's lots of old games to play, too. I don't know if you picked up Scott Pilgrim, but Scott Pilgrim's out now, and then we've got a whole bunch of other games coming out soon. The Medium, I'm super excited about soon, in the next couple weeks, so... Whatever I play is gonna have to be, is gonna have a bit of a sour note after that masterpiece. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to live up to both Ori games back to back, but which is why maybe like pick up play something that's like more like a 7 out of 10 kind of game, like nothing that like something that could surprise you, but like nothing that's gonna like disappoint you too much.
What the hell is up with you?
Kind of just using an excuse to use the last herbal bullets here. Thinking of replaying the original Assassin's Creed game. Ooh, that's a good choice too. That's a game that I would probably throw into that camp of like a 7 out of 10 game, like not amazing but not terrible, like a good balance level after playing 2 back-to-back Ori games. Of course, though, I statistically have always liked Assassin's Creed, like older Assassin's Creed games, less than other people. So, I mean, if you value the game more than that, that's just how I feel about Assassin's Creed. Jesus. That scared me a little bit. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're running out of space, but luckily we can get rid of that thing in a few minutes. So let's go this way. And we're gonna need our grenade launcher because we've got more plant dudes coming up. Unfortunately, again, those plant dudes like regenerate, so we can't actually kill them without fire. I'm gonna get through all the old Assassin's Creed games this year. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I'm kind of doing the same thing with the Xenosaga games on PS2. I want to finish them all this year. I'm still playing through Xenosaga 1, which is actually a pretty long game. I'm having fun with it. But yeah, I do want to. I'm doing something very similarly with that series. Okay. So, L, oh. There we go. I have them all digitally thanks to some amazing sales in the past year. Like, yeah, I actually remember seeing them like all being on sale. Like there was this big collection that included pretty much every Assassin's Creed game for pretty cheap. So yeah, I mean, definitely if you have never played them or if you want to ever own them, like this was the best time to do it, was during this previous sale that just happened, I think. Actually, let's go kill this black guy first. Come here. That way we can get this grenade out of our inventory. Alright, so now we've got this stupid liquid puzzle, which everyone just loves. It's just lovely. Gotta do this. So we basically have to like get like a little bit of solution inside one of these. Oh, we gotta do this. Not enough. So we'll just kind of reset it by putting all these things there. I still remember the glory days of playing Assassin's Creed 2. That game is very fun. Yeah, I actually loved Assassin's Creed 2 as well. I remember just loving buying like all the paintings and kind of building up my villa and stuff like that. Like I have a lot of good memories of Assassin's Creed 2. I've told the story on the show before though, but I've never actually finished Assassin's Creed 2 because of like a save bug that happened with my Xbox save for it. So essentially I got to the very last mission in Assassin's Creed 2 and I couldn't actually progress any farther because the save, like I went to school one day after saving properly, came home, found that my save was completely gone, and I basically would have had to start the game over again, essentially, and there was no way I was doing that. So I ended up just looking up the ending online and just calling it a day with Assassin's Creed 2. As much as I liked that game, that will be the one thing I will always remember about it, is how it ate my save, and I never actually got to see the end of it. I think there's actually gunpowder coming up, so we'll actually take this gunpowder with us. Another one of you guys. Now we are officially out of flame rounds. Assassin's Creed 2 had such a weird ending for the time. Yeah, it was very out there. But I mean, a lot of the Assassin's Creed games at the time had kind of very out there endings. Also, I should actually map this to one of our keys here. This one here. So we're coming back down to this area so we can turn the power back on. So it's Murph. So we're going to use the signal modulator, which is the thing we picked up earlier. And we are going to adjust the signal to match. Cool. So now we got the lights back on. Just download the free trial for Star Wars Squadrons. Ooh, that's a good choice for a game. I actually really like Star Wars Squadrons. Again, the campaign itself is really awesome, and I hope you like it, man, because I actually really enjoyed my time with the campaign for that game. I thought it was fantastic. All right, we're going to drop... We're not going to need this flash grenade for a while, so we're going to drop that, get these flame rounds, because we are going to want those. And again, for those just joining us, the reason why I'm not interacting with the item box and not storing some of the stuff is because this is a no item box run for the game. So we are trying to get the achievement for not using the item box. So I'm not using the item box throughout our journey through Resident Evil 2, which is just kind of really constraining our supplies a little bit. I won't buy it though, because eventually it'll come to EA Play. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think for any EA games, it's going to be tough to actually recommend anyone actually pick any of them up right now, since we've seen just a track record of them all coming to EA Play eventually, which means they just become part of Game Pass eventually. So you're absolutely right. There's like no reason really to go buy it at that point. Again, I mostly bought it because I liked what I liked from at launch. And it wasn't a full price game, so I totally justified my purchase that way. Whereas like it's not a full price game, I know I'm going to enjoy this game, so that's why I ended up actually picking up what I did. Plus I had some gift card credit too, so I actually only really paid like half price for it at the time, which was already again like not even a full price game. So that was the reason why I picked it up at launch. But yeah, I mean otherwise like unless we need to do a review for it for the show or some other reason, like, I'm at the point right now where I'm like, if it's an EA game, I'm not picking it up at launch unless I have to, for content purposes. So now we've got this frozen bottle of, like, this plant solution. Actually, we're going to go back the way we came, because going back the other way is going to be very annoying. Even though there might be some more plant mobs there will be less enemies overall. It'll be actually be a little bit quicker. The other company I'm done buying all the like day one games is Ubisoft. Yeah, actually that's a good choice too, because Ubisoft, as much as I like their games too, they do go on sale a lot. In fact, very quickly, as we all learned this holiday. So I totally get that. And it's one of those things too where, like, we kind of have to pick them up for content purposes. So I mean, I would still probably buy them for reviews, but yeah, like you pointed out, Joey, like getting Immortals for 40% off, like maybe like 2 weeks after the game came out, like, yeah, at that point it's just like, well, why would I ever pick it up day one at that point? As much as I love Ubisoft's games, the holiday games go on sale way too quick. I will argue though that, like, their titles that release earlier in the year don't usually go on sale as fast, like Prince of Persia or Far Cry that are coming up. Like, they're probably not going to go on sale within the first month, like this situation, because most of those bigger sales happen over the holidays. But yeah, you're right. Like, you never know. Like, there's no reason to grab those right away if you don't have to. Or again, if you're not producing content like us, like, there's not a specific reason why you should grab them right away. And oh my god, we are actually dead. These guys are actually instant kill if you do not have a recovery item in your inventory, and we did not. So let's just continue and see how far we're set back. Okay, so we have so we're actually pretty much right where we left off. That's perfect. So we're not actually going to have enough ammo to kill all these guys, but so we're going to have to be a little bit selective of who we kill here. I'll get Prince of Persia on sale. Don't care about Far Cry 6. Haven't enjoyed the series. Yeah, Far Cry 6 is a game I'm, like, really excited about because I loved Far Cry 5. So actually I'm really excited for that game. And then Prince of Persia, I'm excited for it for nostalgic reasons, but I'm with you, Joey. If we probably weren't going to get a review copy, because we tend to get a lot of Ubisoft review copies, I probably wouldn't be picking that up day one either if it was me personally, for that reason, where it's like, it's a remake. I don't know how much I really need that remake right away kind of thing. So I can understand the logic of not picking that one up right away. As much as, like I said, as much as I'm actually excited for it. We're gonna finally use the spark shot for once. And kind of like stun him in place. Okay, so we can actually grab this herb now, and because we don't want to carry it with us because we got enough herbs, we'll just go ahead and use it now. I'm gonna just make a safety save so we don't have to do that again. I'll be in the Star Wars Ubisoft game day one, though. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for that game, whatever it is, because I mean, I'm just curious to see like what kind of game it is, like whether it's just a full games as service kind of game like the Division was, or if it's something completely different. Like, you never know what it could be from Massive. And they're also doing that Avatar game as well, and who knows what's going to happen with that game. So I am excited to see what happens with that Star Wars game, though. I think it's going to be really awesome. equip our acid rounds. Because very soon we are going to do our next boss. Don't care about this tape. We'll grab this grenade because it'll be useful. And this is OSS. There we go. Oh, that's what I'm gonna play, Fallen Order with the Series X upgrade. Yeah, that's gonna be that's probably a good selection too. I actually saw Digital Foundry actually put up a video about it today. Actually, going through and comparing all the different versions of the game. I did see that the Series S version specifically is like not much of an upgrade, and actually looks like, again, it's like the Series S, or sorry, the 1S version of the game. So it's gonna it doesn't look that much of an upgrade, but definitely it looks like the main game got like a big overhaul if you're playing on Series X for sure. That's a game that I did like 100% back in the day, so like I don't know if I'm like chomping at the bit yet to go back and replay it yet, but I do want to do that at some point. Alright, this is our last chance for supplies for a while. Okay, so I think there's handgun bullets down there, and rather than keeping this 12, I'm going to spice things up a bit. Kind of mix these together, and we'll get some more acid rounds. And then we have one more inventory slot so we can pick up some stuff when we get downstairs. Safety save. That game is so good. They got the Game of the Year stone because of the dates. Masterpiece of a game. Yeah, I mean, actually, again, it at least got nominated for one award at the Game Awards, but definitely I know like a lot of people really love that game, and it's too bad because again it came out at kind of the wrong time, I think, last year or 2 years ago now.
Look at that. All right. Hell yeah.
But yeah, I really liked Fallen Order. It was one of those things though where there were enough like little annoying things that kind of bothered me about it that when talking about it on our previous Game of the Year awards in 2019, I personally didn't throw it on my top 10 list for, or I should say it was on my top 10 list, but it wasn't like my personal Game of the Year because I think it was held back by little like weird technical problems or just this sliding down, like some of the on-rail segments where you're like sliding down stuff would be like, you'd try and jump, but it would like, you'd go like slightly off angle and then fall to your death all the time. It was very annoying back in the day. So that's why like it kind of held it back from me being my personal Game of the Year that year, but I loved it because I love Metroidvanias, and having like a Metroidvania Dark Souls-esque like Star Wars game was like super awesome to have, and I'm so excited for the sequel because I'm hoping they can improve on some of that other stuff that I just didn't love with the first game. And now we got G Stage 3. We get to learn all about how William became G.
William!
I should have killed him while I had the chance. I don't know why, I just couldn't do it. He was your husband. Honestly, we were more married to our work than each other.
What about Sherry? How could you just leave her all alone while Raccoon City burned to hell?
I couldn't let my daughter grow up in a world with a G virus in it.
I love that like neither of them noticed that giant eyeball just like twitching back and forth. Like of course he's not dead because of that. All she kind of did was just froze him. Come on, Annette. We're edging closer to Halo Infinite, though. Yes, sir. I'm so excited for Halo Infinite. And I'm just excited to see more of what they do with it. Gonna be here before we know it. Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be here in, like, 7 or 8 months. I don't know. November, that's what I said before. So actually probably more about 11 months. But Yeah, I'm very excited for Halo Infinite. I think it's going to be awesome.
I got this. You should take care of Sherry. You don't know what you're up against.
I have a pretty damn good idea.
Never you do.
November 15th is what we're guessing. We're guessing November 15th. It would be weird though because November 15th is technically a Monday. So I don't know if they actually will do it, but if I had to guess, it will be November 15th. If you were to ask me right now, Ryan, what day should they launch Halo Infinite? So I'm kind of just going around just like getting bullets because we're kind of out of them. So we're going to kind of get out of the way of this shot. Exactly 10 months to the day. Oh, that's true. I guess today is the technical, or today's the 15th for you. So technically, yes, you are correct. And yeah, you're right. Like the time is hopefully gonna fly by this year. I mean, you never know. Like 2020 felt like it took forever to actually finish. So you never know that like how long it'll actually take to get through next year. Oh, I ever so slightly just missed the eye on his back. There we go. Got 3 bullets left. Now we're in the classic like Resident Evil predicament where we've got like no supplies left and we're up against the boss. So it's just like, what do we do? I said 2020. That number is banned. I wish I could never have to talk about 2020 again. But there will be times where we have to talk about 2020 again. And he should be almost dead. And we're just going to kind of get out of the way of this. Reload our Needler. Kind of just dodge and weave him again, and I wish we had submachine gun bullets to kind of finish this a little bit faster. But there we go, G stage 3 officially down. Only one more boss left to go after this one. So let's see, what do we got for supplies?
Target has been neutralized. Ending quarantine.
So let's see, so if we go on the map here, we got some high-powered rounds. Ooh, a first aid spray. I'm a big fan of that. I'm gonna throw those bullets in the chamber there.
Is now operational.
And we're going to reload it with one of those. We can grab first aid spray. And then I think we've got everything here. Yeah. Honestly, that was a cool fight. Yeah, it's actually a really epic fight. And it was like heightened just a little bit more too. Because I like, again, I'm like super supply constrained at this point. Where I have like normally at this point in the game, you'd have like an entire item box full of like all of your resources that you kind of pool together throughout the entire game, whereas like I have a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory that I can't throw away and then so I can't hold as much stuff, so I can't pick up a lot of these supplies. I'm kind of have to just run by a lot of them, so it's just like it's kind of difficult, but it's certainly fun. It definitely heightens some of the tension for a lot of fights like that one, because it's just like I just don't know if I actually have the supplies to beat some of these bosses. And I think we go back to go see Sherry, essentially. Also, again, we have a first aid spray, but I'm kind of saving it for the final fight.
Hey.
Apparently that gross thing in her eye is now gone.
Make it. My mom needs help.
Annette?
Sherry. How are you?
Okay.
Well, Ryan, sorry I can't stay up, but I'm falling asleep, so I bid you farewell. Have a good rest tonight, Joey, and yeah, I guess we'll probably see you on Saturday playing some Call of Duty amongst other games, so look out for us on Saturday. But until then, friend, have a good rest of your evening, good sir.
Oh, thank God.
So Sherry's gonna be all right?
She'll be weak for a little while, but yes. She's free of the G virus.
Did you hear that?
See you Saturday. Hashtag get hyped, my friend.
What happened to her?
She was attacked by the monsters.
Don't worry about me. Take my daughter to safety. I'm sorry, Sherry. For everything. Your life is what is important.
We can't just leave her here.
You're right, we can't.
Attention. Unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected. Facility lockdown initiated.
What does that mean?
It's a self-destruct code. In case the G virus leaves the building. Please. Save my daughter.
Well, and that was a big jerk, but she didn't deserve to get swiped in the back by William.
Mom, please say goodbye.
Now it's time for the coveted escape sequence.
Listen. She loved you, okay? You really gotta get going. Come on.
You were right this jacket. I'm so lucky to have you.
So we can talk more about that later. We gotta hurry now. Come on.
Now we can just combine it there.
Sherry,
And it's still not letting me drop any of this stuff,
can we
so...
walk faster?
Yeah.
I don't want to rush you, but we have to go.
Now we just run, 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 get out of here.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Of course, there's just like this big, like, fiery reactor with like lightning on it and stuff like that.
Claire,
Apparently, that's how the building's gonna blow up.
thank you for being so nice to me. For helping me. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm really glad I met you too, Sherry. But save your thanks until I get you out of this place.
Alright, so we don't have enough room for the first aid spray. And we don't have enough room for the survival knife, but we're probably not going to need it. Or actually, we're not going to come back here, so let's go and we're going to use the first aid spray that we have, and then we'll just grab this one instead. God, just routing this playthrough is such a nightmare. Like, I wish I could, like, discard some of the stuff where, like, if we didn't have to grab some of these key items and just hold on to them forever. Here we go, the final countdown. So luckily, these plant guys, we can kind of just run by them. They're not going to be able to grab us in time.
Of course. Stupid thing's locked.
Hold on.
Sherry, what are you...
I think I can open it from the other side.
Of course, I got to wait for Sherry, which means dealing with
Damn it.
these plant guys. We don't really use the spark shot too much on the final boss, so we just can kind of just use our rounds. But now,
9 minutes until detonation.
there we go. Thanks, Sherry.
Nice work, Sherry.
Just knock him down.
Sherry, you hanging in there?
I'm right behind you.
Atta girl. Think we're almost out of here.
All right, here we are, the final battle. Final time to basically swap things out or get new equipment. Again, it's still not letting us drop these key items.
8 minutes until detonation.
Okay, so we're going to need to clear some of our inventory space. So we're not going to need that. And... We're gonna not take the pistol rounds with us, because we should have enough firepower with the minigun. Wait, I think it's over here. Maybe? So there's a specific item we need to pick up, and I'm just looking for it. It's in this room. I don't remember where it is off the top of my head, but it goes in this little control thing.
Until detonation.
What the heck is this thing? Oh, yeah, it's maybe in here, maybe. There it is. Okay, so we got to drop 2 more things. So we're going to drop this grenade, and we'll drop the high power bullets. I don't want to drop them, but we need to be able to get out of here, so.
What are you doing?
I gotta get this train moving. I need you to stay right here, okay?
Okay. I promise I won't move.
Good.
Be careful.
Always.
All right, hopefully this leaves us with enough stuff to take down the boss. We should have enough supplies, I think, with what's on the tram and then what we've got in our inventory.
Okay. Alright. Did something. Okay. Alright, it's working.
Claire!
What?
It's Leon!
You're down here too?
Yeah. But the whole place is coming down. Look, you need to get out. Fast.
I know. I found a way out. I think we can all make it. Where are you now?
Claire, are you still there?
Leon? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Don't worry about me. Just get out of here.
Leon! Leon! Damn!
Alright, now we gotta go to the train car.
Minutes until detonation.
And here we go! Final boss fight. Let's do this. So let's put a shortcut for this in front of the submachine gun, and this is all we really have for stuff. So this should be fun.
Why can't you just die?
Couldn't remember if I brought up the first aid spray. I'm glad that I did. Come on around the corner. Oh, you're gonna go up there again? Okay. Ow. Well, we don't have much in terms of supplies left, unfortunately. And we are officially out of minigun bullets. But there we go. One last pistol shot did it. We just barely had enough supplies to actually beat this boss. I was very worried that we were going to, like, do the classic Resident Evil thing of completely running out of ammo before this boss fight. But we managed to do it without using the item box this whole time. I'm so happy that we actually did this. Now we can finally just sit down and watch the final cutscene together.
Claire! It's okay. I'm here. We're getting out of here.
Boom, last cutscene.
So what's the first thing you want to do when we get out of here?
I want to see where you live.
Aww.
Zai, take a shower.
Yeah.
Really? That bad? Oh yeah.
Oh, Leon was here the whole time. Imagine that.
It's so good to see you.
I told you we'd make it, didn't I?
You did.
And there we go. The rushed ending, as we did the playthrough of Claire A, as opposed to Claire B or Leon B, which actually gives you the true ending, which actually just adds on a little bit to the true ending. We're gonna actually play that next week. We're gonna play Leon B next week, and that's gonna kind of be our full stream next week. Of course, we're gonna talk over the graphics. Of course, it was cool to finally get to play like a full game on stream, because this is actually something I wanted to do for a while, and we haven't really done anything like this in a while. Again, most of our streams had been like the first couple levels of a game or something like that, or checking out a game that had just come out. But Resident Evil 2 is actually one of my favorite games of the generation, and I'm so glad I actually got a chance to play it for you guys again, even though it's only part A, and we'll still be playing more Resident Evil next week. But I'm so happy that we actually had a chance to sit down and just bask in how awesome Resident Evil 2 was. And I'm also really proud of myself for actually being able to beat the game without using the item box for the first time, because I think that now I'm gonna have to try some new challenges, such as beating the game with less steps, because I know that's one of the achievements that I just don't have yet, or as well just beating on like the hardcore difficulties. I still need to go do at some point, but yeah, I love this game so much, and I'm so glad that Capcom decided to actually remake this game. And I love playing games like this for you guys. So we're gonna actually skip the rest of the credits, because we got to see how we did. We got to get our ranking first. But first, of course, this is just the alluding to the true ending that unfortunately we'll get to next week. We got to see our rank. What did we do? Ooh, we got an achievement for Sizzling Scarlet Hero because we got an S rank with Claire for beating the game in 3 hours and 23 minutes, as well as 10 saves. The saves only really matter if you're going for S+, where you basically have to do less than 3 saves. But there we go. We got the achievements for beating the game as an S rank for Claire, and then beating it with the without using the item box. So now the achievements I'm kind of missing at this point are going back and getting all the collectibles, so reading all the files, all the Mr. Raccoons, and then kind of just beating everyone's hardcore mode. And then the less steps that I just kind of talked about here. I didn't do the Chasing Jill achievement yet, which is just grabbing a letter on Leon's playthrough. We'll get to that next week. And then these secret achievements here, which are mostly, I think, tied to Leon's playthrough and less on Claire's. So there we go. That, my friends, is Resident Evil 2. We're going to actually sign off the stream for the night because I believe Sean's going to be on in probably about an hour or so. And I'm going to just sign off and just kind of relax until Sean's stream tonight. And then, again, all this weekend, gaming for Guru, twitch.tv/Sean Capri, 10 a.m. to Eastern Standard Time to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. We will be playing all games all day, and then helping our friend Bobby, the Nintendo Guru. So come definitely hang out with us there. Also, if you haven't watched this week's show, it is up now, so you can definitely check that out as well here on the channel. Until then, friends, see ya.